Folks, I come to you from what's left of Broke Man Studios. I was going to make my triumph comeback and all that stuff, but I didn't make my comeback. But that's all good. So, I don't have my extension on here today, so I can't do what I was doing outside. So I stopped in here to make a quick video, reply to my other video. So the young person, I don't know what they are, male or female, said, you know, you read what the dude said, right? Or you read what the person said. I'm sorry that you think that I came off racist as hell, and in the end of the video I wasn't racist no more. The point of the matter is this: I never meant for anyone to think the video was racist, and I know I dropped a bunch of MFs and some N-bombs and stuff, but that's the point. The point is, I experienced so much racism in my life. When I speak to multiple groups of people, I try to talk to each and every individual group of people throughout the conversation, intertwined together. In other words, I can speak amongst different people. I can speak their language. The last video you watched, you happened to comment on, was for a certain group of people that I've come to love over my time on YouTube. These people are linguistically ambidextrous as myself. Let me turn this light is killing my eyes. They put these cameras up here and they put the little lights on the cameras, and you can do that, but you still, you try not to look into the camera. As you notice, once again, a conversation starts, I jump off track and then I jump back. Sort of like telling people they should all be united at the end of the video, after like I sounded like a separatist in the beginning of the video. You must understand that when I mention certain names and then I speak in a certain way, I'm talking to those people who speak that language. And now, I'm speaking to you in what I'm assuming is yours. So, as the person that I am, and as much as racism that I experience and stress and BS, you mentioned my meds. Lower this here. I hate having a stick cam. It's not like it used to be. I had my stick cam thing was set. You said something about meds. First of all, I got licensed and I got my meds. Someone once asked me, well, why do you take this? What do you take it for? Well, that's doctor-patient confidentiality. My license. Oh, you don't believe me? Keep it right, keep it real. With the certificate on the bottom. See the gold? See it shimmer? Shiny. So, I got my meds. I don't miss my meds. Now, you also said that I came off like I had the crazies. Well, we're all human beings, man. Unless you're not. I hate this camera's got a little fog there. Unless you're not a human being. Odds are that if you were born here in the United States of America, your whole life was spent here in America, if you've ever been bullied, molested, beat up, any traumatic incident, car accident, shooting victim, so on and so forth, you are attacked, so on and so forth. Whenever you go through a traumatic event, it causes a stress in your mind. People go to war, come back with post-traumatic stress. If you're beaten by your mother and your father, you're beaten by your brothers and sisters, you're attacked by groups of people not of your race. If people pick on you, bully you, whatever have you, that can send your mind through certain shit that will create post-traumatic stress. You don't have to have a grenade, a landmine, or something blow up. You can be beaten by the police on more than one occasion. You can be forced into courtrooms on more than one occasion. You can be systematically attacked from all different directions, and it creates a stress environment in one's mind. Some people tend to flip the fuck. Oops, excuse my language. I promise not to curse. And remember, I didn't finish the word anyway. So some people flip out, and some people trip out. Some folks call it going postal. Now, I'm not the kind of person that'll go postal. When I was young, I grew up, I could have been violent, I could have been this, I could have been that, I could have been a whole bunch of things. I could have been gay, I could have been all kind of things, but I am me. I am unique. There's nothing about me that's the same in any other person on the planet. I am truly unique because I am not going to dress up like Jay-Z. I'm not going to try to sing like Jay-Z. I'm not going to try to wear what they're wearing on TV. I'm not going to allow myself to be a lemming to fall in line. So I keep my mind open. And because I have an open mind, I can say what I say. And when I make statements like white people have been lied to about the history of their lives, I mean that. Because I have been lied to about the history of life. So why wouldn't they lie to those people too? It's a common sense factor. I do videos on YouTube and people make statements like, oh, he's on welfare. He's not on his meds. He's drunk. He's high. Well, let me tell you something. I wanted to get drunk and high. Got a wine cellar in here, pretty much. Let me set these over here. A lot of people tend to think that when you show them something that you're picking up the same material. I remember one time I was showing people money and I said, you're counting the same $10 over and over again. I'm like, they were very perceptive, but it was actually like $100 and I kept on counting the tens over and over again. But that was in the early days. I left those 4 bottles there. Here's the first 2 bottles I lifted. There's a case right here. There's a case right there. Cases right here. There's all kind of alcohol over here. If I want to be a bum or an alcoholic, a wino or a beer-o, I got alcohol. The laptop is sitting on top of a freezer. People like to say I'm fat because the freezer's full of food. See, I'm a black person. There's alcohol and marijuana here. I guess I must be a drug dealer, right? 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 Wait a minute. I'm a black man and I can read. Am I a minister? I missed my calling, right? I'm supposed to be a preacher, right? Right? Hold on, wait a minute. Wait a minute, 007. Hold on. So, out of all the things I could be, I'm me. And I'm unique. When I do my music, the breakdown don't have to be on every 4 count. No, don't have to do that. I'll break down when I want to break it down, like James Brown. James Brown jam 30 minutes. Breakdown. If I wanted to, I can have 4 breakdown. Hit me. Hit. I do that 5 times in a row because I'm unique. My music don't sound like everybody else's music, but hey. My videos are not like everybody else's videos. Somebody once said I live out here. Wait a minute. I don't. I could if I wanted to. If I wanted to. How many people got it like that? I'm going to clean this damn place up and get my studio back. Camping equipment. Now, the world ends. As you know it, you're going to need some camping equipment. Let me get something down here though. This is just strictly for the cat. Talking about meds and stuff. If I wanted to. And the racist. This racist? You ever watch that? That racist? Boondocks? Now, If I want to do meds, I got meds. If I want to drink, I can drink. If I want to eat, I can eat. If I want to cut my hair, I can cut my hair. If I don't want to, I don't want to. If I don't have to, I don't have to. If I want to watch a movie on a 200-inch screen, I walk right out this door and make a left and look up and the whole wall is a screen. Now, why would somebody lock themselves up and take themselves out of a society that's supposed to be perfect for everybody? Why? Because the society that I live in is not perfect for everybody, because some other people's opinions tend to weigh more in the court of law. And why? Because those people look different than me, because they can speak a language in which I can't understand? No. I came off racist in that last video. Yeah. I come off racist in every video. I'm called a racist. You haven't seen enough of my videos to understand that when you have a person of color speaking from all perspectives, because I will speak as if I'm a white man too. I will speak from a white man's perspective and tell black people how I see them doing some of the things that white people say they do. And yes, I will tell a Mexican, I will tell a white, I will tell an Asian, I will tell whatever race you are about the stereotype in which I see in you. And they all are based on a lie. Now, one of the first things I've ever heard about white people is that they have sex with their daughters, brothers and sisters. All the fathers always have sex with their daughters. You can't trust white people. White people this, white people that, white people this, white people that. Now, when you're told this from childhood, don't trust them. Watch them. See what they do. Make sure they don't do it to you. And you learn. You learn that some of the stuff that you learned growing up was wrong. Case in point. Don't you trust them niggas down there. I said it. And when you grow up, somebody's going to tell you that when you're a black person. Those N-words, don't trust them. They're no good. And then you grow up with this in the back of your mind. And what is the reality? What are you learning from this conversation, 007? We have it. Am I racist? Am I? Because white people have cost me jobs and money, have lied on me, have incarcerated me, and have lied to me in court of law. Told me to plead guilty. Plead guilty for spousal abuse. And I wasn't even married. Some woman hit me and I hit her back. You can't do that. You can't hit a white woman. I was watching the Emmett Till story last night. The true story of Emmett Till. He whistled. Split his head across the top like that. Pulled his eyeball out. Cut his testicles off. Chopped him with axes and stuff. Went to court and was acquitted. You say I'm racist. No, okay, fine with me. I'm a racist black drug dealer. Alcohol and a bootleg movie theater. Right? No. I'm a regular guy, like I said in that damn video. Now, if the world does end, which it probably won't, but if it does end, it'll end as we know it. It won't just stop. Some say the solar flare will come down, and a friend of mine says, man, I will flip it. If I can't have my phone, I need my iPad. I don't know what the hell everybody else gonna do. I got backup batteries. I'm like, well, you got backup batteries and everything ready, but how you gonna charge it? I was thinking, maybe I should just build a new invention. An invention for everyone to put in each one of their homes. But wait a minute, I'm a racist. Maybe I should build this invention only for black people who own their homes and who make more than $250,000 a year. Maybe that's what I should do. Maybe I should put together a program for only the richest of the richest blacks so we can survive. and then we can let all the poor blacks die. You know? What do you think about that idea? Is that racist? Then we can also help. You know, if we're rich black, we need to help the poor white people. Because we don't want to help no poor black people, right? Right? I don't know, I can't talk to some people. Some people believe that you have to be one kind of person to think a certain way. I'm not racist. I'm a realist. And when I say that you need some racism in certain situations, you do. Because if you get 500 black people in one neighborhood and there's a white person there, they will treat that white person shitty if they don't know him. You get 500 white people in a place, you get one black person move in. The black person probably stole this. The black person probably did that. But the thieves and criminals that they already had in town, they all of a sudden stop stealing. There's a moral injustice going across America, and it's not just black people, it's not just white people, it's not just Mexicans, it's not just Asians, it's all of us. And like I said in the video, if you put one group of people in one spot, when someone else comes in there, they're going to feel uncomfortable. So where do you need the racism? You need the racism to spread that shit out. We need some new racism. Racism. Race to gather more people together. Race to build the species. That's what I was saying. So when I come off like white this and black that, but in the end it's all about unity, where do you start? You cannot start off by telling everybody to kiss everybody else's butt or being the bigger person. You can't start off by telling someone else to go ahead and let them keep on stabbing you as you try to get up from the kicks and bruises. I can't tell people to go ahead and forget about what they've went through in life. But I can tell people to unify through that difference, through that reason, through that excuse for, I don't like them, I don't like them. Whatever excuse you got, use that to get closer to those who can better you, regardless of what color they are. If you can't see through the videos in which I create, if you don't notice that the message is in the middle, then you'll never see the message. I can sit here and talk about every situation that I've ever been in. But for the next few minutes, I'm going to go back to what I started. Oh yeah. I want to talk about surviving. Now, if there are several different scenarios. One, the aliens come down. Now, there's two different theories. One theory is the aliens are going to come down and make us mine for gold for 1,000 years. Right? Now, apparently these must be the aliens that made us mine for gold the first time we were here. I don't know. I wasn't there thousands upon thousands of years ago to make sure that the stuff went down correctly. So if the aliens come down to make us mine, then it'll be from 7 to 1,000 years we'll be enslaved, the entire planet. Not just the blacks, but the whites and the Mexicans, Indians, and whatever, so on and so forth. Everybody enslaved. Scenario 1, you can't get out of it. Scenario 2, the aliens come down here to fix the planet in which they created, because they built this planet and they put us here because our planet was being destroyed, and yet again we've destroyed another one. So do they help us thin out the herd by taking some to another world, start over fresh, or do they just kill us all and leave the meek here, which would be the poor and not the rich, to take over and finish the planet? That is a scenario that the rich people do not want to happen. Okay? Scenario number 3, the biblical events. Now, scenario number 3, no, wait a minute, I'm sorry. Let me go back. This is not the biblical stuff. This is the planet X and the Nibiru and all that stuff. Now, this planet, whatever, it comes into our solar system every so many thousand years. Now, once this planet gets so close to the planet Earth, there's a couple of different theories, but I won't go to the lizard theory. Leave the lizard theory out of this. I'm just going to go straight planet Nibiru coming into our galaxy. So planet Nibiru comes in and it gets so close to Earth that it changes and pulls the axis of the planet. In other words, that will give us the polar shift, they say. Once the polar shift happens, You might just wake up somewhere like in the middle of Alaska where you used to be in Hawaii. I don't know. Polar shift, there'll be earthquakes and all that stuff. Okay, here's what happens. So as the polar shift happens, the axis of the world and all that stuff shifts. So during the shift, there will be several events if the Nibiru thing is all true. This is what happens. There will be an earthquake. First, you must survive the earthquake. And then, after the earthquake, there will be a flood. You must survive the flood after the earthquake. And because this planet is in a cluster, they say, there, at the end of this cluster, the Nibiru thing, there is the back of a comet. It's like a meteor shower we'll have to go through. So we'll go through the earthquake, the tsunami, and then the meteor shower. And the fourth phase of that is once the pole is shifted, the magnetic pull from the planet will be so strong that the magnetic field could erase your brain. Now, you survive the flood and the earthquake and the meteor shower, then your memory is erased. Boom. That's that scenario. The next scenario is the solar flare scenario that I spoke of. I don't know what to do. I tell you, the solar flare one first or whatever, where this solar flare has already happened to the United States and the world once. Back in the 1800s, I forgot what year, but all the telegraph lines from all across the United States of America were fried because of this solar flare. The same solar flare is going to hit our planet, they claim, sometime this month in December. Now, this solar flare will be the same magnitude. It will knock out all satellites and the whole entire power grid. We could be out of electricity for up to 2 years. That is the next scenario. So what do? I don't think people will flip out and go crazy if the solar flare hits. If the planet Nibiru comes in and we have the flood and the comet storm and all that stuff, then we're pretty much screwed. If, the aliens come down to fix the planet, then that'll be good. And if the aliens come down to enslave us, that is bad. So what do you do regardless? You don't do a damn thing. You live your life, and if it's over, it's over. It's not, it's not. The bottom line is this. You have to be respectful to everybody that you live with. We need to be like Michael Jordan's of society. Michael on the court made the team around him better. If you live in a neighborhood and your neighbor's house is all ratty and torn up, don't just walk by and say, hey, that's toe up. You know what I mean? What are you going to do? Get him thrown out? That's the problem. Instead of helping your neighbors, you'd rather put your foot in their asses. You'd rather take their stuff. You'd rather just do them wrong instead of helping your neighbors. And that's how a lot of people are. People don't show them no love and no respect, and they don't show anybody else any love and respect, and that's what it comes down in the end. So 007, whatever your name is, or whatever, I'm not a racist. But if the end is near, I'm going to tell you this. If the lights go out, there will be racists running the street. There will be people thinking that this is my last chance. I'm going to do something to one of them. And it's all based on that same lie. They want what you got. They want what you got. They're going to do this to you. So based on all the stereotypes I've heard about white people, which was the worst one? Well, which is the worst stereotype you heard about black people? What's the worst stereotype? They always raping somebody, always robbing somebody. I tell you what, you lie about a group of people long enough, and some of them believe it. If all a person has is the strength to be a lion amongst lions, a shark amongst sharks, if you have the strength to live in dirt and filth, and huts and trees. If every day you live is dog eat dog, if every moment of your life is, am I going to make it to this point? Am I going to get to that level? If everything you think of, you dream about, is a worry and a pain, then the world is nothing to you. And when it comes to suffering in the United States of America, if a whole bunch of stuff did happen at one time, who would hurt the most? The one who suffered the least. And you go through the history of this country, and you tell me who suffered. You tell me how many poor white people in your town sitting under bridges sleeping. You tell me how many black people put them there. You tell me how many black people in your town or in your jails are locked up. You tell me who put them there. You tell me how many people are going to bed tonight without no food. Who put them in that situation? Now, I don't own a Fortune 5,500, 5 million company. But I know this. Before I allow another person to blame me for anything, I'm going to open some of their eyes to let them see that the devil ain't wearing brown skin. The devil don't look like me. I didn't take your house, your job, your company away from you. I didn't make the bank foreclose on a property that's been in your family for 50 years. I'm just a regular guy. Now you tell me what's wrong with that. You tell me about meds, about drinking, about being crazy, about ranting and raving. You tell me. Was I racist in that last video? Was I racist in this one? Did I get my point across? Do you understand that in the big scheme of things that I am not alone? I am not black. I am not white. I am not Mexican or Chinese. I'm a human being. My blood is red. And when it flows through my veins, it's blue. So how you gonna do me? And you can't. I like the fact that you did rant. I hate the fact that you didn't have enough guts to put it on film. Now, for the last 2 minutes, I'm going to say something to the Muslim people of the world. I watched The Innocence of Muslims. It was a comedy video. I understand you being upset and being mad. It was a comedy video. But for YouTube and all these people to pretend as if the video cannot be removed off of the internet, you need to do one thing, because my videos have been pulled because of people saying that I'm racist. All you have to do is flag the video. But the Innocence of the Muslims is not there to divide the people. It's there to conquer the people. Once again, this group is in that corner, that group is in that corner, that group is in that corner, and something is going to set it off. You really want to get the video off the internet, you'll flag it. Now, I truly believe that freedom of speech is freedom of speech. But that video wasn't freedom of speech. It was hurtful. It was hurtful on purpose. So I tried to figure out, let me see if Muhammad said this in the Quran. I downloaded the Quran for Windows 8, and it said translate. And when it translated it, it translated it in Muslim. I can't read Muslim. I can't understand the Muslim language. So by putting that option on a computer for someone to understand or maybe figure out somebody else's culture was wrong. Because now I had to take the app off my computer because I don't want nobody to know I looked at the Quran. And then I did a whole video about the whole innocence of the Muslims. after watching the video, and someone told me not to put it on the internet because I'll never be able to get on an airplane again. So I'm just going to have to say what I'm going to say right now. The video was wrong. But the excuse for the video to still be on the internet is a joke. Because it can be anywhere on the internet that it wants to be. That's fine. But their main gripe is it's on YouTube. It's still on YouTube. I have at least 7 videos that have been pulled off of the internet. Period. By YouTube. And they won't pull this one. I'm not telling them they have to either. But what I'm trying to say is this once again. The door swings in the direction they want it to swing in. Several videos I put up here have been considered so racist that, ooh, it's off the air. They flagged me. I've been flagged now. I am not in good standings with YouTube because of one of the videos I've done. But this Muslim video is still on the internet. So, how does that work? Is that me making up something again? The proof is in the pudding. If the powers that be don't want us to fight and fuss with each other, there you have it. They got the power to take my video off, but they left that video up. They got the power to complain to me about my videos, but that video still stands. I'm not protesting for the Muslim people. I'm not protesting for the Jerusalem people, or the Jews. I'm not protesting for the Christians. I'm protesting for the humans. The only group that's not in this fight is the humans. So, hey, you folks have fun with your lives. The video's on the internet because they want it to be on the internet. Period. You really want the video off the internet? Flag it. They flagged my videos 2 or 3 times. There's some guy named Willie Pete said a bunch of stuff about black women. Flagged him the hell up off here. Come on, man. This is no excuse for people to be killing each other over a damn video. Period. I'm sorry. So I've said what I had to say. I spoke to 007. This will probably be the last video I do this year because I got a lot of stuff to do. It's weird because I'm talking to one person. I know millions of people are going to hear my voice. Because it's one more thing about this YouTube. Just because you don't see numbers on the bottom of the video, that don't mean millions don't watch. You can look at my name, look it up, The Real AIX, and I'm on more than just YouTube. And you watch one of my YouTube videos from someplace else, it don't get the click. So don't be fooled. Don't be thinking that nobody watches The Real. The Real tells truth. I tell truth from all perspectives. I know why black people don't like white people. I know why white people don't like black people. I also know why these people don't understand why they don't like each other. So the next time judgment comes your way, look at the history of the body of the work. Don't question the method. Understand the madness. Oh, and for the people who remember, who go way back to the beginning, our anniversary's coming up, and I love you all. For this clown over here, you've been tubed. Oh yeah.